Yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Victor Obasuyi, and today I'm going to be doing a short talk on bringing out the genius in your kids. So it's going to be a short parenting talk. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to attend a friend's daughter's graduation from one of the Ivy League business schools. Surprisingly, I was shocked that a girl that started in science, precisely wanting to study medicine, ended up graduating from a business school. The first thing that struck me was if this was my own child, how would I have reacted? For most of us from back home, or as immigrants, as parents, we still have this thing where we believe there are three basic programs that the child should study. Other than that, the child is considered usually a failure, which is be a doctor, be a lawyer, or be an engineer. Every other one is not given the same priority as those three that I just mentioned. Then I started wondering, so what changed? I realized that our parents' generation was the industrial age, where usually you had to rise through the rank and files to get to the top. Fast forward to today, the information age, things are different. Today, you find kids that are 20 years old have never held a job for the first time, from their parents' basement or from their school dormitory can come up with an idea. If that idea can change the world, the child becomes suddenly a millionaire and can comfortably run that company. So I started questioning myself. So what was the essence of school that we had to go through? The first thing that came to my mind was, well, school teaches you scholastic intelligence, which means your scholastic IQ is supposed to be very high after school. And what exactly is scholastic IQ then? To me, I think it means your ability to master the art of garbage in, garbage out. Your teacher tells you one thing at school. If you're able to repeat it, what he or she told you on the exam day, then you've done very well. So which means your scholastic intelligence is very high based on the teacher's or the school's rating. But there are so many people who probably have done very well in school, and when they come out to the real world, they can't meet up or perform in the same way that their scholastic IQ tend to be. So the next question was, okay, so why is there the discrepancy? I realized that most schools don't teach us financial intelligence, which means our financial IQ is not at par with our scholastic IQ, which explains why a lot of people that never went to school can come out in the real world and do very well, run successful businesses, because a lot of them are financially very intelligent, which means they have very high financial IQ, although their scholastic IQ might be very low. So then why is it that schools don't teach us financial intelligence? I think that probably this is an area where we as parents have to start teaching our kids. It's very important that they come out tomorrow and know how to manage money or understand the velocity of money. We all talk about money. Question is, do most of us know how money works? Do we know how to keep our money moving so that every dollar that we get, I read a book one time where it says Your money is your employee, which means every dollar that you have is an employee and is supposed to go out and bring more money. Which means velocity of money then could mean your ability to send your money out on an errand, and the money comes back to you with siblings, if I have to put it that way. So it means financial IQ is your ability to make sure that every dollar that you have is working for you and bringing in more dollars. For us, especially the black parents, most of us have not reasonably grasped this concept of velocity of money. So how do we expect our kids to understand this concept when it's not being taught in school and nobody's talking to them about it at home? And that's why I said, yesterday kind of made me think twice and said, I'm going to put this video out there. Let it be that every one of us, starts talking to our kids about money, investment opportunities that are out there. You don't need $1 million to start. You start with what you have. And I think if we decide to wait for when we have the $1 million to start with, most likely we're not going to go forward. So I just want us to think about this. How did the Jews do it? Someone has to be passing the information across. So for us, I think we should also probably form a habit of maybe have maybe like a weekly meeting with the family where everybody throw in ideas, rub minds, and maybe your child might have an idea that he or she is probably shy to talk about. But if we encourage them to talk about it, then gradually they probably be more comfortable talking about it on a global scale. We all owe ourselves this obligation to start having these discussions at home. We might need to form like little groups. Ideas now rule the world. Your kids might have ideas that can change the world, and if they don't have the forum or the opportunity to share it with others, it dies with the child. They said every child is a genius. Some kids are lucky enough that they discover what their genius is through their parents. Some, it might be through the teachers at school. For some, it might be a stranger completely. Forcing our kids to stay on a certain path, if that child is not, if that's not that child's strength, then we're just wasting our time, wasting our energy, and wasting the child's little energy. So we don't need to waste resources. It's up to us to figure out what our kids are good at, and we'll take it from there. I'm sure if Albert Einstein was forced to go into law, he probably won't be recognized in the world today. If Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, had decided to go or was forced into going to arts or painting, we probably won't know who he was today. Leonardo da Vinci found his genie in the arts, painting. If he was forced into med school, we probably won't know about him today. So I believe as parents, instead of forcing our kids in a certain direction because that's what our parents taught us, it's time to start having a rethink. And instead, let's take some time to find out what our kids are good at I will encourage them in that direction. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is my take on it for the week. We upload new videos every week, precisely every weekend. So if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do so. And if you have comments, throw them in the comment section. Questions, throw them down there. This is a platform where I love to interact with my audience. So if you have better ideas, throw them in the comment section. Let's work together. Thank you.